know me, I know you, and you know me. It's the Sob Story. The Sob Story. I remember that record too. Leaders of the New School. So yeah, we back. We back. We covered Malik Monk in the association. He's out for 4 weeks with some issues with his knee. And then we talked about the Final Four, this being the best Final Four in recent memory. Now we're going to go ahead and cover some sad news. Vontae Davis, dead at 35, the former NFL Pro Bowler who retired at halftime of a game in 2018, he was found dead in Florida. This story comes by way of CBS and John Breach. Police haven't released very many details about the situation, but Davis was found unresponsive at his home on Monday. It's truly sad. His widow, Megan Harp, and to his brother, Vernon Davis, this is just a truly bad day for them. Prayer is for him and his family. Authorities have announced that they don't have currently any foul play on the books or anybody who was involved in Davis's death. A famous quote by him when he was retiring at halftime in Buffalo saying, and I quote, "I went to the bench after a series and it just hit me," Davis said at this time. "I don't belong on the field anymore." End quote. That's awesome. That's awesome. To retire at halftime and not only to have that epiphany and many more things that we'll get into when we get back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern at App Stupid. Hit me. Yes, DraftKings. Go online, download the app, place your bets on DraftKings. Bet responsibly. You can go ahead and place bets on the MLB, the NBA, the NHL, and the NFL. Also, some college games you can place bets on as well. DraftKings, bet responsibly. So, when we last left off, we were talking about Vontae Davis and him retiring at the halftime during a game. What's even more epic about that speech that he said that when he didn't belong on the field, it was only week 2. It was only week 2, and he was like, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. That's amazing. And to further go into the quotes from Vontae, on that day, he said, "I left everything in the league." It's kind of hard to read this because he's passed away. And usually in most cultures, when people pass away, there's a lot of grieving. And I'm sure there's some grieving on the Davis family. But in most cultures, there is celebration. And people celebrate and people just remember the good times that they had with that person. And Davis says, "I left everything the league wanted me to be, playing for my teammates while injured, the gladiator mentality. It's all just popped. And when it popped, I just wanted to leave it all behind. So that's why I don't care what people say. The experience was personal and not meant for anyone else to understand. It was me, cold turkey, leaving behind an identity that I carried with me for so long." End quote. And that's telling on both ends. And it's also personal because if you look at what he had to endure, yes, athletes, they play hurt. Then you get fed with empty platitudes because the fans, you look, oh, I don't want to let the fans down. I don't want to. But then the NFL has gone over and above and out of their way to show you that you are not family. You don't mean anything, and you're only as good as your last performance. And so they've turned it into a business, and you equally have turned things into a business. And he just wanted to get off that train. And that's deep. I know it's cliche for nerds, eggheads, and business geeks to think you can identify with athletes, but you can't. Nobody tears an MCL in human resources ever. There's not anybody who's got broken ribs sitting on a calm. There's nobody on a conference call with broken ribs. No, stop it. When's the last time you seen somebody get stretched in a team meeting? And I've been to some of them where we start off talking about production for the company, but then it veers off into something else. And you just want to hit that person and make them sit down. You're dragging my day out. I'm getting further behind because you want to go ahead and pick personal gripes. Yeah. Imagine you've seen that person now get football tackled out of nowhere and they got blown up and stretched. Again, two totally different worlds. Yes, we all have to go to school sick, or we all have to go to work sick, or we have to go to our jobs sick and destitute. But not once do we go into a medical tent and receive treatment to get back out there, get to your desk, and work more hours. Stop trying to bring athletes down to your level. You don't belong there. And he was telling you that he played hurt. He heard all of those empty rhetoric and everything of just platitudes, empty platitudes. And when all of that went away and it popped in his head that this makes no sense, he just didn't want to be a part of it. And he wanted to leave all of it behind. And I can't fault him for that. But he is a young man at 35. Nobody at 35 should be passing away or be found unresponsive. So truly, truly, truly heartfelt sympathies and prayers for the Davis family and his widow in this awful time. We just hope that like I said, we just hope that it's natural causes. And we look, like I said, we hope that it's natural causes. Now his brother is Vernon Davis. And usually when you have brothers and brothers are close, then it feels like a part of you is missing. That part that you can look back on in life and see whichever ways that they went and came back, you're always going to have that brotherly love and that bond. I know that from my brother because we talk every day. And if I don't talk to my brother at least once a day, when he does get in contact with me, I'm like, hey, look, man, I thought something happened to you. And we both laugh about it. But that's how close we are. That's how close we are. So again, to the Davis family, I want to extend our deepest condolences and our prayers sent up for his widow and his brother. We'll be back with more show. Gonna close it out with the Idiot Train and Rashid Rice being on it. This is Big Vern at Ab Stupid.